Hi, welcome back to another video with the two pondering pagans. I'm Rook.
And I'm Salann.
Today we'll be making another workshop video. We previously did one on how to make toner and face wash, and today we'll be making
Body wash.
body wash.
I had to think about it for a minute. I was going to say gel wash, body gel wash. So we're making a body soap. And so we are going to do that with a base of Castile soap. And we'll talk about that in a minute. And then we have quite a few other oils here that we're going to use, maybe not, but super simple. And yeah, so we're excited to do it, getting ready for it, and we'll get started.
Roll the intro. All right, so the first thing is to make sure you have your workplace set out a safe area. If you're using candles like our working candle, you want to make sure it's in a safe container or sitting atop a safe surface like foil, which I made the mistake of not doing.
Sure did.
When I did some work for a friend of mine a month ago and burnt the tablecloth and the table.
All the way through to the table, be clear. So you've seen maybe in our other videos about fire safety. Yeah, fire safety is a real thing. When you're working with oils and all these things, they can burn. And they can make, if you spill oil on a cloth and it catches fire, that oil and cloth becomes a wick and fuel. So
sure does. So don't do that. Be safe. So you want to get everything set up. And for this recipe, we need Castile soap. We need fractionated coconut oil.
we need vegetable glycerin,
Glycerin.
jojoba oil. We got vitamin E oil over here. And then we have our essential oils. Now, generally, we're going to use 20 to 40 drops of essential oils, and we won't name them specifically because you can choose anything you want. I mean, we're going to use cardamom, black pepper, and clove because that's a scent that we like in a certain balance. But you can use citrus or other things for different reasons. Yeah, so it's completely up to you. Before we go, though, I did want to talk a little bit about Castile soap. So, you know, when we are making things the way we're doing them, it's mostly for A, not using something with a ton of chemicals in it, and B, it's for being able to put our intent and our magic in it and use it as something we have put together and created that helps us in our daily lives, right? The more magical stuff we do like this, I think it really helps in our magical life. So I wanted to kind of talk about, yeah, what's in Castile soap. So there's a bunch of different kinds, and your most basic Castile soap, this is Dr. Bronner's, but there are many different kinds. And it's basically oils, and it's balanced in a certain way and made in a certain way, mixed in a certain way to keep them together. So we've got coconut oil, palm kernel oil, olive oil, hemp seed oil, jojoba oil, almond fragrance, citric acid, which is to preserve. And then there's two things in here, potassium hydroxide, which is naturally occurring, and tocopherol, which is another preservative that I really wish wasn't in here, but it is. Point is, you can make all of this soap and this thing without Castile soap. You can make your own, but that takes another whole process we may get into one day. So this is the base, but it is something that we have enjoyed using so far. So, yeah.
Right, so you want to get started? You want to tell me what do we do first?
All right, so I'm going to direct this ship, apparently.
But he will be pouring the completed product into the container. Yes, you are.
I will, because he'll put it all over the table. Now, I will tell you this recipe makes about 8 ounces. We're actually going to double it because we have a 16-ounce bottle. And I'm going to show you what we use. So we're just using a bottle that we have used out of store-bought body wash. So we're going to probably take this label off eventually, but we're going to use that. It's 16 ounces, so we're doubling everything that we're going to do. So this will be perfect. Always good to reuse something you already have. If not, glass jars work really well. I don't know, we like the foaming ones. We don't know if that'll even work with this, so we do not recommend the foaming one, but a glass pump jar is just fine. We'll let you know if the foaming one works one day. So you can see we rinse that out, and we'll have that ready at the end.
And if you get a glass jar, it's better because the essential oils and things used to get a dark glass colored jar. It just helps to keep the integrity of the ingredients and keeps it a little longer and protects it from light and the sun.
Yeah, and one other thing, since we're not using any specific preservative, you probably want to use this in a month to 2 months at the most because it will expire. So use it if you're going to make it, but don't make a whole bunch of it. You know, make it as you're going to need it. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and get started. So remember, we're doing a 16 ounce. All you do for the 8 ounce is just half everything. We're going to start with 1 cup of Castile soap, and I am actually going to move this here and move this over here a little bit so you guys can see the pour. So one thing you always want to do when you're measuring, if you're actually being specific to your measure, is get down to the level of your measuring device and then look for the little droop or the meniscus as you're feeding up to your amount.
1 cup of Castile soap.
Now, there is a little add-on here. We also want to add, just to make it balanced to the 8 ounces because of some of the other tablespoons of stuff we're going to do, we're going to add 4 more tablespoons of Castile soap. So it's really 1 cup plus 4 tablespoons, but we separate it out so it's a little bit easier. I don't know why 4, but it balances out the tablespoons of other things we're going to put in it.
A 1.
A
2.
Oh, you just splattered that everywhere. All over the table.
A 3. I owe you a new tablecloth, don't I?
Yes, you do. And probably a new table.
Probably a new table.
I have our magical familiar, not familiar, but our magical pet right here, down here, licking my kneecaps. All right, you ready?
Ready. What's next?
All right, so next you can either do like 2 tablespoons of the fractionated coconut oil. Remember, fractionated is important because it stays liquid at room temperature. You can use unfractionated coconut oil, but it needs to warm up first before you use it. So like in the shower, you're going to see globs and things sticking together sometimes, or maybe settling at the bottom. So you can either use 4 tablespoons of just coconut oil, or you can split it up. And I think we're going to split it up because let's say if you didn't want to use or didn't have coconut oil, fractionated, you can use grapeseed oil. You can even use the almond oil there's a ton of carrier oils. What we're going to do, since it calls for 4 tablespoons, we're going to do 2 of coconut and 2 of grapeseed. Now, coconut oil is very good for keeping your skin really soft. Grapeseed oil may make it a little bit oily for you, so you may just want to do all 4 coconut, just for the record. They like our recipe. You can hear it in their voices.
They're cheering us on. There's 2 of the fractionated coconut oil.
All right, and then we're going to do 2 of the grapeseed oil.
No,
it smells good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's very weak smell, but it smells good. Does not smell like grapes either. You can hear all the little ticky-tickies of all of our pets running around. All right, so 2 of grapeseed, right?
2 of grapeseed and 2 of fractionated coconut oil.
Now, vegetable glycerin is optional. We are going to use the vegetable glycerin. Also something that's very good in soaps to keep it smooth and soft in your skin. So we're going to use vegetable glycerin. You can get this from Amazon or from any health store. Again, this is an optional. Vegetable glycerin is naturally occurring, but this is concentrated. Now, Rook is stirring it up a little bit. You'll notice it will change color, but you do not want to whip this. This is a simple stir process.
I see now why they might have mentioned the foaming pump bottle. It's pretty thin.
It's going to thicken.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
We're going to thicken up a little bit.
How much of the glycerin?
So you're going to do 2 to 4 tablespoons.
Okay.
Let's go for 3.
Let's do 3.
We'll do right in the middle. It has 0 scent to it. I keep hitting my mic. I apologize for anybody who's hearing the thumping, but I do keep checking it, hitting it. The Chi-Chis are getting mad because we are ignoring them at the moment.
3 tablespoons of vegetable glycerin.
Now we're doing 1 to 2 of jojoba.
What'd you call me?
Jojoba or jojoba oil. So we have 2 of those. You're gonna have, I think this one right here. That should be enough. We brought extra just in case, but so 2 tablespoons of jojoba. One thing that's interesting whenever you're making soap, and this includes when you're making soap like bar soap style, what is that? Bar soap, yeah. Is that when you start adding the essential oils, you start getting the thickness in quite often when you're mixing all of these things. So you have to be very careful with those oils, and you want to add them slowly.
Ma petite.
Last, before the essential oils, we are going to go with, what was I going to do? Vitamin E oil. Where are you? Vitamin E oil. So obviously we know what vitamin E oil is. This is moisturizer for the skin. Very, very good in pretty much everything. It's used in lotions, soaps. People take it internally. We're not recommending you do that with the soap though.
Nope.
So you're going to do 2 tablespoons of vitamin E oil. And he is not going to test it out on stream like he did the face wash this time either. I won't allow it.
Fortunately, I like doing that.
I know you do.
That's my whimsy.
Oh no, that's your ma petite making that noise. She is squeaking up a storm. That is too funny. All right, so we're going to mix it a little bit, and then we're going to start putting in our essential oils. Now, I would recommend using standard essential oils that you're comfortable with and that you've already skin tested, because you want to make sure you're not going to react to any of the oils. We have skin tested these for ourselves using rollers and other things, so we know it's okay for us. But you can use things like sweet orange. You can use neroli, which is a great oil, but not much scent to it.
And you don't want to use a lot.
Yeah, it takes very little neroli oil. It can get oily.
Very oily.
Grapefruit, linseed, grape oil, regular orange. You got lavender. Eucalyptus is commonly used in these oils and stuff like that. Grapefruit, yeah, I mentioned that one. So just any oil that you already know you're comfortable with or that you want to do. So, you know, people want a citrus body wash or a deeper scented, musk scented body wash. So you're going to pick what works for you. Just remember that the essential oils will change the properties of the soap.
Some can thicken it up real bad.
Does it smell like anything? I want to see.
Castile soap. But
it smells like, I smell almond. That's from the Castile soap, because we have almond Castile soap, hemp and hemp. So you'll see right here we're just under 2 cups, which is exactly where we should be, because the essential oils will not add a whole lot to it. So remember, half the recipe if you're doing 8 ounce. This is a 16 ounce bottle, so we're making 16.
do you want to add the oils?
So yeah, I'll add the oils. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, because the almond is very strong, we don't want to make a nasty smell here. So I have my clove, my black pepper, and my cardamom. The most important one to me is the cardamom, so we're going to start with that. Cardamom does have like this really rich, nutty scent to it, which will go well with almond in case there's an issue with the scent. So for this recipe, it's 40 to 80 drops. So probably 60 drops is where you're going to need. We're starting with 10 of each. That's where our starting point is going to be, and we're going to see what it smells like.
And it can really be funky with the thickness too.
When you're putting essential oils in, actually I should have done that first before I do it. When you do it, you should probably roll it. I wouldn't shake it, puts a lot of bubbles in it. And then when you're doing the dropping, drop directly in if you have the built-in dropper on the top like these do. So when you do it, you turn it completely over, straight up and down. We're going to do, and it'll start coming really fast probably. Or not at all. This actually might be an unpunctured one. Hold on, let me double check. Some of these, yep, this is not punctured yet. So This is the dropper in the middle, but it's not a punctured dropper at the moment. So we're going to actually use the old way, which is with an eyedropper. Again, just as easy, same process. Always have extra tools available. I can already smell this. It smells so good. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know why I did 12. I completely went past 10.
Well, it
kept counting.
To be. It smells good.
It does. So that almond went really well with it. So we're going to stir just a little bit, not too much, because we don't want to piss it off. I'm going to put 8 more and just go ahead and go to 20 because it's light scent. I think we want more scent.
Yeah.
So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I actually paid attention this time. One thing I did forget is when you're working with essential oils, you don't want to mix your essential oils. So one of the things, if you only have one dropper, you want to use a different dropper for each one. So luckily I do have other droppers here. They're a little different looking, but they do the same thing. So just remember that. You don't want to use that one in the cardamom, for example, and then start using it in the black pepper because it's going to change the scent of the black pepper. So you're supposed to be the stirrer.
I was beckoned, but...
Oh, I heard her beckoning.
I'm going to have to put you down for a minute, girl. I'm going to have to put you down, petite.
The cardamom has dropped the scent of the sweetness of the almond quite a bit, which is awesome. It's still got a very good scent to it. Can you smell it?
It's nice.
So we're going to do 20 drops.
And that is which one?
This is black pepper.
Oh, that'll be nice.
This is a little bit harder with the plunger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to stir a little bit and smell. And see what we get. One of the things, if you use a scented Castile soap, they're going to pretty much dial up the scent on that because they know you're most likely going to mix it with other things. But if you go with something like the unscented, which we also have, you're probably going to smell your scent a little bit better.
A little more pepper?
Yeah. So we're going to do 10 more pepper because that was what's in our recipe for now. I don't want to shoot it all in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we may have to even add more at the end, but this is the major part of it, is getting the scent the way you like it, or the essential oils the way you like them. We may even choose to add a completely different kind of scent to it at the end, maybe some eucalyptus or tea tree or whatever, because that's the kind of scents we usually go through. I still smell almond. Mm-hmm. That almond is strong, but I also can tell that the sweetness is completely gone from the almond. Right, we are now moving on to clove, or did you want to use something different?
Nope, I like your blend. With that combination and the rollers, it was really nice.
Yeah, let me position it right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 drops of clove. I can smell the clove in that one. I'm doing 10 more. You smell it? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the reason we count it out instead of just being kind of willy-nilly is because if you want to recreate it once you've found the right balance, it's really hard to do. So keeping track of that is probably a really good idea. Now, with this, the scent is not strong. Now remember, it was 40 to 80 drops, so we are currently at 60. So we've got 20 more drops to work with to kind of balance out what scent we're looking for. And I have a feeling this is going to be a almondy pepper scent because of the Castile soap. But however, it's gotten a nice consistency. It's definitely thin.
Yeah, do you think we should use the pump bottle? See what you think.
Probably. You think?
I think you would put emulsifying wax into it if you wanted to thicken up, correct, or no?
Which we have. We could probably add salt.
Yeah, but it did not say to do that, so I'm not going to do it. It said to do that when I read about conditioner and shampoo, but not...
I can smell our scents in there, but I want to put more black pepper, I think, and cardamom.
Yeah.
So let's do 10 more drops of pepper. Just kidding, we're doing pepper or cardamom first. Because that's my favorite scent out of all of these three.
Which one?
Cardamom. There's a lot of things you can do to thicken it. More fractionated coconut oil will thicken it up a little bit. I think we're good. And I think we could still use these. So these are pop-up tops. So this would probably still be pretty good. We just don't want to tip it over.
Yeah, you would put it...
Leave it on its side,
Yeah,
we're going to try it tonight, and we'll let you know in the comments. Did we get any more scent there? Yes, we did. A little more black pepper, do you think?
Oh, yeah. Our next video, just so you know, that we'll be doing as a personal care workshop will be on shampoo and conditioner.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I really, for me personally, and I know Salon too, I'm going to get away from buying commercial products and buy ingredients to make our own, just due to the success and satisfaction I've had, or we both had, with the face wash and the toner.
Ouch.
For the past 3 years.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Even the making of it, like the stuff works. Like it's really nice. It's very light. But just the process of what we're doing now and talking about it, I know we're talking over what we're putting in, but in my mind, I'm thinking about every morning I'll be waking up using this body wash that we've created with our thoughts and intentions and the things that we do. It's something that we have made that will allow us to use and cleanse ourselves, which is one of the things you do before ritual or before your day gets started, before work gets started. Having things that you've made and that you have thought through and blessed, I would say, for lack of a better word, it's really nice to have that behind. And
you can make different ones. So say you had a rough day and you want to make one when it's been one of those kind of days. You could use lavender and other things as the oils. If you need an extra get up and go for the day, you could use tea tree, you could use a mint, eucalyptus, something like that.
So I would say that at this point, it's a really good soapy texture. This is probably what you would see in like a, what's that one? God, I can't remember the name of it, but it's nice. It's really good from, you can usually find it at Target, but it comes in a yellow, it's like Linderman or something. And it's just like this texture, this consistency. It's in a pump, obviously, because it's so thin, but it was really nice. So this smells not as cardamom-y or peppery as I want it to, but I smell the almond. And I think if we do it again, or when we do it again, we're going to use our other unscented Castile soap. Yeah. But I didn't want to have multiple open bottles of Castile soap, but it still smells great. It's just...
I'd probably recommend that unless you really want the smell of the almond or the hemp or the lavender Castile soap to be the main thing you smell, use an unscented. But if you like it, and that's the reason you got that Castile soap, that would serve your purpose. Use the scented one. But if you want more of your selected essential oil scents to come through, use the unscented Castile base soap.
Yeah, and then once you actually pour it in and you actually go through the process and put it in your pump or whatever, you're always going to shake it before you use it. I don't like to shake things, I roll them, but I can smell it in my hands. So we are going to pour it in our bottle.
All right, you think that's mixed enough?
I do. If you feel the need to, and this is another thing, when it comes to this stuff, the time that it takes to make it and the intent is fine. You know, it's really important to do that, to spend that time thinking about it. So if you want and feel like it's going to take you a little bit longer, you should. But when you are ready, you would pour it into your container. So we're going to do that.
You need me to hold it?
Nope. I need to be able to do both so I can keep it even.
Here we go.
It looks so much more like soap when it's in the bottle.
Yeah, it's a nice color too.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to add like colors and stuff. I think that would be kind of defeating the purpose.
Yeah. Well, there you have it.
All right. So let me get this lid on. And here you have it. We have a body wash, and we are going to use this body wash and tell you how it goes. So I'm going to shake it and see if it goes everywhere. There we go. So as you can see, well, you probably can't see with the way our lighting is really poor in here. It stays on the sides pretty good, so it is thicker than it looks. But yeah, we're going to try this out and see what happens.
If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. If you don't like it, you can hit the thumbs down.
No, you can't. We don't allow that.
And we enjoy to read comments. If you've made soap of any kind, shampoo, conditioner, personal body products, tell us about that too.
Absolutely. So hopefully this is something you can add to your gaining knowledge now of the facial wash and toner that you did before, plus this, now a body wash, and we will move on. This is also a good hand wash, by the way. We'll be moving on to shampoo and conditioners next, and even though we haven't done a video on it or planned one yet, we also have made cold cream, under eye cream, and lotion. So we will be doing those. We just haven't quite perfected some of those yet. Yeah, they've been a mess. They work, but they last like 3 days. So yeah, that's it for me. So I appreciate you guys watching, and same as Rook. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't like the thumb downs thing. You gotta stop that. That's just terrible.
Again, if you don't like it, I'm Tempest Rook. If you do like it, I'm Rook Tempest.
All right. Well, blessed be Mary Part, and hope you have a wonderful day.
Mary Part.
I think I rambled there for a minute.
Hey, baby.
You know, I'd never smelled, used, or done anything with cardamom before until I was in the airport, and I had cardamom almonds. And I was like, oh, this is it for me. I love it. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.